Yeah. We've found a greater success rate by offering a consistent weekly free class for cops to come. We run through the curriculum. So if you're there for long enough, you're get a lot of the curriculum. You're doing this at your gym? Not now. I'm going to implement it at our gym, but where my last gym that it came from, I recently switched, but and we butted it up strategically next to a no-gi class.
Nice.
So all they had to do was stay. You know, like,
hey, you did the intro.
You're already here. Just stay and roll. You know, and
what's the percentage of people that stayed and rolled?
High.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
We in the first year of the program, I think we added 12 cops to the membership.
Awesome.
So about one a month plus was transitioning from just that class to trying a regular class and then signing up. And that, honestly, I think it's great to train cops, but the whole cop-specific technique stuff, it's necessary, it's helpful, but really, I truly think there's a greater benefit to just long-term, consistent training on the mats.
Yeah,
doesn't have to be cop-specific. It's not a hard jump. It's helpful if you have an instructor or somebody that's knowledgeable at your academy to help say, here's what you would do if this, but it's not a big jump, really, to go from a regular Kimura to a Kimura to handcuffing. It's not complex.
Right. So that kind of segues into my thing, like our last podcast together, or I don't know if it was on mine or when I was on yours. But I asked you about how do you transition out of law enforcement, if you had a rough transition or if it was a good one. You said it was actually a better one, pretty decent. And one of those things was because you had things outside of that. I think that's also outside of just making cops more resilient and more efficient in what they're doing to limit, any sort of bullshit that they'd have to deal with now, especially now. I think it benefits them long run personally.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. You talk a little bit about that, of why that is.
Well, in the law enforcement world, we tend to insulate ourselves with just other cops, especially like if it comes down to the shift level. It's like this is my 4 or 5 guys that I always talk to or whatever. And I think it helps you not only have an outlet that can benefit you on the job, but it also gets you around other people.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really good. I think that's a good two-way street, because you're getting to be reminded that most people aren't shitbags. You start to see only negative, right?
Oh yeah, I guess, because if you solely surround yourself with that environment,
you work 60 some hours a week where you're going call to call with only negative stuff in the world.
But you hate people.
You start to hate people.
Yeah.
You're like, this world's bullshit. Everything sucks. And then who are you hanging around? The other 4 or 5 guys that all think the same thing. So you just confirm each other's suckiness, and then you drink. So when you get on the mats, you're reminded, oh, wow.
There's some like really rad people in the world.
Here's these 20 other people that aren't cops, and we're having a good time. And then that's two-way. Those people are like, oh, you're a cop. Huh.
You're not an asshole.
Wow. You're here rolling like the rest of us, and you're actually a really nice guy. Like,
yeah.
And I think that's a good mutual benefit for sure. And I think having that connection and having that was as a consistent thing, I think when you make major life transitions, having something that's consistent,
the same,
that ties them together, is super healthy, and it makes the transition a little bit easier.
You get done, but I'm still doing this thing.
You don't feel like you've totally lost your bearings.
Yeah,
and that's why I went way in on jiu-jitsu in 2017. That's when I was like, I was a quintessential blue belt. I hadn't quit, but I was like, I think a blue belt for I don't know how long, like way long.
Yeah.
And probably like 5 years. And
damn.
Yeah, it was a long time. And so then I went all in on that, because that's what I had. That's the non-law enforcement thing that I had.
Yeah.
So for me, even though I had a lot of change happening in my life during that time, that stayed the same, and I was able to kind of even double down on it and find a lot of joy in doing it.
Awesome. Well, there you go, cops.
Yeah, cops.
Yeah, cops. Go do things. I mean, it comes down to like, the same thing in the military or any job or any career that you do that's kind of like that. Your identity gets wrapped up into what you do.
Yeah, but and I obviously talk about jiu-jitsu a lot, and I do think that at a department level, they should train jiu-jitsu. So I think every cop should train jiu-jitsu. But I think every department should have, like, you should be running people through on shift.
Yeah.
Come into the mats, drop the, you've got your instructor, drop the real gun, put the blue man gun in, and just rep some things. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Just
That's
quick.
Not going to change anything.
Quick, do this, all that, like, train, that's fine. But even if cops don't want to do jiu-jitsu as, like, their hobby, and I get that, well, you got to find something, do something.
Yeah.
And if you're going to pick a softball league, don't pick a cop softball league. Meet other people, man. Get out there and
it's just gonna benefit them long. I mean, it's the same in the military. The guys that have something outside of their community, they just do better because they like. I think I didn't really think about it that way, but that's the consistency. So your whole life changes, except a portion of it doesn't. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh well, yeah, it's changed, but on these nights I'm still doing the same shit I've always done for the last X amount of years.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not. It doesn't feel as. Yeah. You're not just like cut off from the world.
Yeah.